Right? Today we are going to talk about the respiratory apparatus. That is, the respiratory apparatus is the ventilatory system. Yes? Hope all have joined. Yeah. When we say the ventilatory system, what are the organs you have? The mouth, the throat, the voice box, the windpipe, the trachea, diaphragm, lungs, bronchial tubes, bronchioles, air spaces, and capillaries, which are rich to supply the blood, and with that, the entire mechanism starts. Before we start the session, I would just tell you a small brief thing. Friends, there are 10 people who are drenching in the rain. We see on the roads. There are so many small little children getting drenched in the rain. But out of that, all don't catch cold. All don't catch cough. All don't have the nasal discharge. Out of that, only 1 or 2 people have the nasal discharge. Why is this? Just tell me. Let's go to, because I am in research in organon and philosophy and repertory. Let me share with you the 12th aphorism, which says the perception of the brain changes the vital force. It's not the low immunity. It's not that you have no resistance, but it is the fear that, oh my God, I got drenched in the rain. Maybe I'll catch cold. Mama will scold me at home. My head is drenched. I need to wipe my head. These are the little fears which they have. So according to the aphorism 12, what has Hahnemann said? The perception, the mind which perceives the disorder enters your body. And another thing, as with the aphorism 4, as a preservative of the health, we as doctors need to think how an element enters the body. What is that which disturbs the mind? And then we are physically disordered. Today it's a wonderful topic. Dr. Janardhan Reddy sir is going to deal, and how many have joined here? Yeah, coming to the anatomy, we have said from here to lungs, entire, what are the organs which are supplied. Let me just take another 1 more minute. The bronchial tube from the trachea is divided into two, the right lung and the left lung. And from there, it is again into lots of bronchioles. And it finally lands up into the alveoli, where there are millions of air sacs that we call alveoli of lung. And there the exchange of gases happens. With this short word of homeopathic explanation with aphorism number 12 and 4, I request Dr. Janardhan Reddy sir to please come on. And I welcome you all once again. Dr. Janardhan Reddy sir, Namaskar Vendi. Please unmute yourself, sir. I welcome you to the session, and please share your splendid knowledge with so many people watching around on YouTube.
Thank you, Dr. Gayatri. Are you able to listen to me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
Yes, I'm able to listen.
Okay, how about my face? Are you able to look at it?
Very handsome and beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
It is the same face when I have seen you from my college days.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your compliment. Friends, good evening to all of you. Today, we shall take up bronchial asthma and its cure. The word magic of homeopathy that we say, because the bronchial asthma is a very big problem all over the planet. And we find there is no treatment, any system of medicine except in homeopathy. Treatment means total cure, because usually the bronchial asthma, either it is hereditary or it is known to us due to change of weather conditions, or due to various allergies known and unknown to the patient and to the doctor. We find so many patients suffering with the bronchial asthma, with the acute suffering, with the also history of suffering since several years, that is chronic bronchial asthma. And these patients, they come to us with all allergen tests. They give us the report and we find nearly the 100 factors for which he may be allergic, or few factors which are known to be tested. But there are several other factors which cannot be known even by the test. The beauty of homeopathy is, since we treat by taking the symptoms of the disease as well as the symptoms of the individual patient who is suffering from, that is cough, dyspnea, expectoration, and difficulty in breathing. They're all the things very common. But during this particular state of bronchial asthma, what type of position he prefers? What is the nature of sputum? What is the season in which he is more? What type of food? What type of weather conditions which ameliorate or aggravate? So these are the factors will give us the most useful information to catch hold of the genome or his constitution, so that we can treat the patient permanently. Permanently means once you treat a patient suffering from acute or chronic bronchial asthma, he should not get that asthma again in his lifetime. So that's why we should be more careful. Number one, you should be able to take the case properly. So without changing the characteristic suffering of the patient. That means if the patient has got, say, cough with the sticky sputum. So sometimes you may say the sputum is watery. So you should be able to elicit the particular way of suffering of the patient. Sometimes we take symptoms and we do not ask cross questions. So unless you ask cross questions, the truth will not come out. So today we shall try to discuss certain things. Today, more or less, the lecture is extempore, and I am going to speak how I have been treating with what type of drugs since 50 years. And out of 100 cases I treat, nearly 70 to 80% of the patients, they don't get any relapse in their lifetime. And 10 to 15%, they get again asthma after 5 years or 10 years. So there is no case where we find the patient will not get relief. So this asthma and homeopathy, if anybody asks me to treat any disease, what is your choice? I say chronic sinusitis, bronchitis, or respiratory ailments is my first choice. So I don't like to go into the details of the bronchial asthma, most of you know, but one of the important drugs to start with is Antimonium tartaricum. The Antim tart has got more or less the condition which is very serious, where the oxygenation of the blood is very much affected. The patient appears to you more or less in the bed with the face, sunken face, blue rings around the eyes, and deathly look. There is a lot of dyspnea. There is rattling in the chest. When you look at the tongue is coated white with raised papillae. So he's breathless. He's unable to get the sputum out because the lungs are so weak. Textbook says it is a paralytic condition of the lungs. It may not be the paralytic condition of the lungs, but the patient's system is so weak to expectorate. So for this condition, Antim tart is one of the best remedies during rainy season. So the weather conditions also most important. A patient like Antim tart appears more or less, frequently in rainy weather. He will be getting suffocated with the sputum and will not be able to expectorate. So this Antim tart has got some other remedies. I mean, some other remedies also simulate like antimtor, which are ammonium carb, ipecac, Senega, and carbamide. So you should be able to differentiate, because rattling cough with frothy sputum, the sputum is not sticky here. It is either frothy or it is watery or it may be white, whatever it is. The problem is there's gurgur, gurgur, rattle, rattle, rattle in the chest. So the patient is unable to expectorate. Antimtot is one of the leading drugs. Similarly, ammonium carb also is a very good remedy where the patient is unable to expectorate. Please, you just remember what drug comes when, it will be very clear. In ammonium carb, the patient prefers to sleep on abdomen and he gets some relief, which is a very rare factor in asthma. Many patients of asthma, they would like to sit up. That is a common symptom of asthma, because when you sit up, naturally there will be less congestion. If you lie down either on the back or on the abdomen, naturally the congestion will be more. So the ammonium carb is one who prefers to sleep on abdomen. That is one important symptom to distinguish this remedy from other remedies. The most important symptom apart from that is the patient has got blocking of nose. The blocking of nose is very characteristic in ammonium carb in asthma. Most of the patients of the asthma may not suffer with blocking of nose. A few may suffer from blocking, for which also we have got good number of drugs. But ammonium carb is one who is fatty, who is worse in the damp cold weather, who wants to sleep on abdomen, and blocking of nose is very prominent, and he suffers, and he is addicted to smelling bottles. Some patients, they carry bottles in their hand like Vicks VapoRub. They will be smelling very often. So some other smelling bottle, so camphor or the smelling bottle which is strong, or ginger smath, amrutanjan. So these vapors, so which give them very good relief. So that is about ammonium carb. One more important drug is ipecac. Ipecac is one of the commonest drugs in bronchial asthma, where the patient has got cough, 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 cough with sputum, cough without sputum, dry cough or cough with expectoration. The problem is there is a rattle in the chest, or there may be wheeze. Wheeze means the sputum is not there, only there is congestion. If there is a rattle means there is expectoration, sputum, phlegm. So in ipecac also, if there is sputum, he is unable to expectorate. But whenever he coughs, and says finally, coughs and so this is the cough with nausea, cough with clean, moist tongue, cleanest tongue. So the clean tongue is not. So you surprise. Even a healthy person with a lot of fiber may not have such a clean, moist tongue. So whereas in antidote, you find white-coated tongue universally with raised papillae, but the edges of the tongue are uncoated. In ipecac, clean, neat, moist tongue without thirst, with nausea, unable to expectorate, or dry cough with the wheezing in chest. For all the conditions, it is a remedy, but you have to look at the tongue in acute cases. In any acute case, the tongue gives you everything. See, I say many times in the class, so why? So many students and teachers ask me, sir, why do you look at the tongue? I say, when I look at the tongue, the name of the drug is written on the tongue of the patient. Such is the great indications you find on the tongue. So we have discussed in one class, 1 hour, about various types of tongues and what is the remedy for such tongues. So anyhow, this is the ipecac. Then one more important remedy where rattling cough with the watery sputum, a white sputum, where the lungs are very weak to expectorate. One more remedy is ipecac. I'm sorry, ipecac is over. Senega. Senega I often prescribe. See, most of the doctors, they may not depend on that. Senega mother tincture you give. If you give Senega mother tincture, what happens is there is a temporary relief. There is a palliation. Especially in old people, they are unable to expectorate. The lungs are weak. He was a smoker. or he's suffering from emphysema or old age. He's a known patient of bronchial asthma since ages. So his lungs are so weak. So he's unable to expectorate. Cough with the sputum in the lungs, with gurglings, with the rattling sound, unable to expectorate. At old age, Senega is a beautiful drug to get rid of cough forever. So the Senega is one neglected remedy. One more remedy where you find cough with white or watery sputum, where it is not sticky, unable to expectorate, deathly countenance, face is again sunken, eyes are sunken, blue eyes, deathly face, sweating profusely, craving for air, and is going to die because the oxygenation is very poor. So there will be a problem of oxygenation in the lungs because the lungs are full of, the alveoli of the lungs are full of the sputum. So at that stage, when there is craving for air, patient is sinking, going to die. The biggest problem in carbovage is sluggishness. All systems are sluggish, slowed down, and there is no reaction power. That's why it is one of the life-saving drugs. So just like when you put on ventilator, what ventilator does to you? There are some drugs in homeopathy works better than ventilator because ventilator is lifeless and that doesn't give any energy to the vitality or vital principle. But whereas a drug like arsenicum album, drug like carbovage, drug like ipecac, antimtor, whichever is indicated, will work like a ventilator in acute cases. Within minutes, you can find the patient starts breathing well. That is the beauty. That's why even in COVID-19, the homeopathy is excellent, or it is marvelous. So a remedy like arsenicum album is already tested by various institutions where it is working very well. So this is the group. This is the group of antimtot, ammonium carb, ipecac, carbovage, and senega, where there is a difficulty in expectoration, where the sputum is normal. Normal means not sticky. Then we go to arsenicum album. So usually many patients come to us while taking treatment from other systems of medicine, especially from allopathy. So they say that they have been taking allopathic drugs or other systems of drugs since several years. And now they are on inhalation of some steroids or some anti-asthmatic drugs or on some sort of steroid. So we do not know what type of drugs they have been taking. In spite of inhalations, in spite of antibiotics, in spite of steroids, he is not getting cured. He is habituated for them. So when people come with such a history of long taking the other systems of medicine, only they are getting palliation and they are still suffering, even the relief is also not complete, you don't have many symptoms of the patient. Most of the symptoms of the patient are masked. His personal symptoms, his characteristic symptoms are masked. At that time, you are at loss to prescribe any remedy because symptoms will not be very clear. But arsenic is such a remedy. It can cover any sort of weather conditions. It can cover any sort of allergy. It can cover anything. Most of the patients of arsenicum album, because they have been suffering since long time, and these patients are having some sort of anxiety towards their future. So every time they get an acute attack, they feel they are going to die. So that midnight aggravation or midday aggravation or the winter rainy season, these are not the things. If you are not unable to understand the case properly, and if you are unable to select any remedy of your choice, that is, you are not confident, give few doses of arsenicum album. Then he gets some relief, some sort of relief, or he may get very good relief. It doesn't mean he's cured. The action of arsenicum album is only for 24 hours. So whenever he comes, you give arsenic, he gets relief. So that's what is happening in our homeopathic practice. When you give a dose, he gets relief. Then you put him on placebo. Again, you give a dose of arsenic. Again, he gets relief. This will not help you. When arsenic is given, when is relieved, immediately you consider the symptoms, whether it is natrum sulph, hepar sulph, medorinum, tuberculinum, bacillinum, sorinum. So these symptoms, the other symptoms. Suppose if the patient wants to lie on back, which is also very peculiar. No patient prefers to lie on back. If a patient of asthma wants to lie on back, now you have given arsenic. Arsenic is better by sitting, but now he is relieved. So he says that I am comfortable by lying on back. So that his remedy may be sorinum. So sorinum patient, even during acute attack, he prefers to lie on back. So there is no remedy which can be thought of other than sorinum, whatever may be other symptom, because it's the most peculiar striking symptom. So these sorinum type of patients, they are very sensitive to cold. Even in summer, they don't prefer the fan. Even in summer, they want to cover till head with a blanket, not bed sheet. Even in summer, they want to cover their ears and head with a fur cap. That means he's so sensitive to cold. So a person who is very sensitive to cold requires remedies like Heparsul, Naxwamica, and Econite. Other day, when our doctor friend was asking, sir, we often give Econite because in Econite, even in repertory, you find asthma after exposure to dry cold wind. Dry cold wind means just a breeze in the winter or in the evening when weather is very cold, when you're exposed to the breeze. See, these are some of the drugs in our Materia Medica. You should be very careful. These Materia Medica books are written by Americans or the Europe group of people. They say north cold, northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. So this type of weather conditions don't prevail in India. We have got summer hot weather, winter dry cold weather, and in rainy season damp cold weather. Even damp cold weather in rainy season at times it will be warm wet weather or wet weather. We say warm wet weather when it rains heavily, followed by bright sun, very hot sun. When the humidity is high and the weather is very hot, we say warm wet weather. So we have got dry cold weather, warm weather, warm wet weather, wet weather. So dry cold. So these are only the few things. These east winds, west winds, these are not things. Econite complaints after exposure to dry cold winds. That's fine. But in the Econite, when a patient comes to you with cold, nasal discharge, sneezing, cough, cold, he says, sir, after this I get asthma. So after exposure, within no time, within say few minutes or few hours, he suffers from sneezing, cough, and cold. Then you give Econite. Immediately, what happens? Econite gets rid of your nasal cold, nasal discharge. His cough will be relieved. His throat congestion will be relieved. Then slowly descends into the lungs. Because Econite is a very short-acting remedy. It cannot have much affinity for the lungs. It cannot hold a case of asthma permanently. So Econite should be immediately followed by a drug of choice, means a drug which can cover the symptoms after the cold descends into the lungs. Suppose the cough with sticky, stringy, sputum with difficulty in expectorating, the group of drugs will be Calibachromicum, Hydrastis, Cos. Group of drugs will differ. And the cough with the difficulty in expectoration, sputum is watery or thick, the group of drugs will be Antimtor, Ipecac, Ammonium Carb, Senega, Carbovage. So you should be very careful in eliciting the history. Don't just stick on to one remedy. My remedy is arsenic. My remedy is arsenic. That's not correct. Arsenic has got action on respiratory tract, which definitely relieves, but it is not a remedy to cure forever. So just if you want to keep the patient coming throughout your life and his life, and you want to palliate him, that's your choice. But it will not cure any case of asthma like that. In any case, asthma, or in any case, in any patient is suffering from any disease, a remedy like arsenic has to be followed by a constitutional further. See, arsenic is a constitutional remedy, but it's chronic remedy. Constitutional chronic remedy or a deep acting miasmatic remedy, otherwise cure is elusive, cure is not possible. Then I introduce one remedy to you which is not well known to the many practitioners, is arsenicum iodide. Ars iode See, many patients, they go from homeopathic doctor to doctor, and they do not know that ars iodide is the remedy for that particular patient. What are the indications of ars iodide? There is a lot of itching in the eyes, itching in the nose, itching in the ears. These are the things not there in the book. Please, you remember. This since 50 years I am practicing. Ars iodide has never deceived me. So itching of the eyes, lacrimation, you think of ephrisia. Itching of the nose, excoriating discharge from the nose, and nostrils are red. You think of allium stipula. There is great itching in the ears, and you think of some remedies which have got itching in the ears. All these things are there in ars iodide. Itching of the eyes, burning of the eyes, itching of the nose, burning of the nose, followed by dry wheezing cough. Along with that, dry wheezing cough. And if you test, if you examine, you will have eosinophilia high. I have treated a case of eosinophilia having 45, 30, 45, 15, 80, anything above the 6 or 7 or 10, 12, 15, 20. Ars iodide is a beautiful remedy to control eosinophilia. This eosinophilia is due to some sort of infestation of the intestines or bowels.
So, someone is saying audio is not audible. Is it audible now, doctor? Just put it on the chat. Hello, doctor. You have said audio is not working.
No. Let them say who is unable to listen, because I am
Geeta Deshmukh. Geeta Deshmukh. Yes, sir. It is audible to me.
And then if it is audible to you, it should be audible to everybody.
Yeah. Geeta Deshmukh.
Something is wrong with the system, no?
1 second, sir. 1 second. Geeta Deshmukh, is your audio audible to you? Geeta Deshmukh.
No, let them raise their hands.
Yeah. If you have problem, please raise your hand. Yeah.
It's fine. Everybody says, see, everybody says
please
it's fine.
continue, sir. Continue. Okay. Continue.
Okay. In this arsenicum, ars iodide, see, eosinophilia is very high because there is some parasite in the bowels. It is chronic amoebiasis, or it may be E. coli, it may be threadworms, it may be roundworms. So some worm infestation is there, because of which the eosinophils are very high. When you treat a patient of eosinophilia having these respiratory symptoms with wheezing, dry cough, irritation of the eyes, irritation of the nose, you have to give ars iodide. Along with that, mother tincture Curchi or eagle mark, because the parasite cannot be eradicated by potentized drug. It requires some mother tincture, like especially mother tincture like Curchi or eagle mark will help, or any other mother tincture of your choice. You can get the stool examined, accordingly you can treat. So arsenic iodide is one remedy where most of the practitioners, they don't indulge in, because its materia medica is very simple or very short, very limited in the textbook of materia medica. Then comes causticum. Causticum is not a remedy for damp cold weather. So far arsenic or antimptot or ammonium carb, whatever the drug we are discussing, carbovage is there not for wet cold. It is warm wet weather. So when it rains very heavily, when you walk outside sweating and the atmosphere has got 90%, 80% of humidity, the carbovage and natrum sulph both have got. Natrum sulph is a remedy for wet cold or wet weather and warm wet weather. Carbovage is there for warm wet weather. So these are all the subtleties you must know. As a teacher of materia medica, naturally, I should know all these things, because I have to talk to the graduates, postgraduates, and many teachers of teaching materia medica in India. So I should know. And that's why I think I know a bit better about all these things. And you may be knowing much better than me also in several other areas. So I don't claim any supremacy on anyone. But since I am practicing since long time, so I say what I have been doing in my practice, that's all. So causticum has got cough, cold, temperature, everything, whatever it is. But complaints from exposure to dry, cold weather. See, the beauty of causticum is after exposure to dry, cold weather, you will lose the voice. Loss of voice, pain throat. So his voice, so he talks with a lot of difficulty and coughs. When he coughs, there is severe pain in the chest. It's a rawness, soreness and rawness in the chest. So he has to hold the chest when he's coughing. He coughs, coughs and coughs. He's able to raise little expectoration or no expectoration because paralytic weakness of the lungs. So here the paralysis is very common, paralysis of single part or multiple organs, whatever it is. So the paralytic weakness is there in causticum after exposure to dry cold weather. Severe throat pain, worse in the morning, and severe hoarseness, worse in the morning. Cough better by drinking cold water. So causticum is a beautiful remedy. And in causticum also you find sticky sputum. So sticky, stringy sputum, worse in cold, soreness and severe pain in the chest, when holding the chest. Cough better by drinking cold water, cough with involuntary urination. Or salve also has got cough with the involuntary urination. So sometimes some of the young practitioners, they scratch the head. I want to give the arsenical, but whether it has got or not, I do not know. The cough with the involuntary urination. There are many drugs. Arsenic is also there, sepia, causticum, squilla, pulsatilla. So many drugs are there. That's not a problem. So causticum is a good remedy. Then cupromet. It's very difficult to rather diagnose a case of cupromet. So it says some spasms of the chest and tightness of the chest and very difficult in breathing. See, these are all the things you cannot make out. Gurgling noise when coughs, gurgle. So you feel he is going to bring out the sputum, but sputum will be raised into the throat and again it will be going down. Very difficult. So gurgling sound in throat while coughing, and there is severe spasm of the chest, very difficult to expectorate, and he coughs and coughs and coughs where he will not be able to expectorate, but he may get spasms, convulsions because of that whatever the biochemical changes happens in the system. Then comes the Dulcamera. So this is the weather, exactly this is the weather. Where yesterday night it was raining and it was very cold. Today again it is hot. Again today night it rains. So a patient of asthma, he had very good relief during summer 3 months, winter 3 months. Now he starts suffering right from yesterday or today. He starts getting wheezing, cold, cough, dyspnea, and cough with sputum, whatever it is. So this is the weather for Dulcamera. Whenever there is change of weather from dry to damp, whenever the damp cold nights followed by warm days with a lot of humidity, this is the best day. Today, yesterday, or for the past couple of days, and it will start within few more days. The remedy will be Dulcamera. There will be cough with sputum, dyspnea. So the natrum sulph is also there. But in natrum sulph, we will come to know or we will discuss right now. There is cough with the thick green sputum. That means there's a lot of lodging infection. See, Dulcamera has got better resistance levels when compared to natrum sulph. Whenever there is cough with thick green sputum means that person is having very poor resistance, the psychotic organism, you know, that psychotic nature of the, and there is severe pain in the chest, especially on the left side of the chest when coughing, cough with a thick green sputum, worse in the morning, maybe around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and he suffers mostly during rainy season. Anything which is rich of water, say watermelon or the vegetables growing near the water ponds will aggravate him. So the natrum sulph is one of the good drugs. So complaints from warm wet weather with severe cough, cold, and green sputum. Tongue is thickly coated yellow at the base of the tongue. thick grayish coating, thick grayish coating at the base of the tongue. At the tongue, at the base of the tongue is kali mode. So thickly grayish coated tongue is natrum sulph. Thick grayish coated tongue at the base is a kali mode. So we will discuss about other drugs also. See, I am talking only the drugs which I am prescribing in my practice. I am not going to touch all the drugs which are there in the textbook of Materia Medica or in the repertoire. So Dulcamera, natrum sulph. And natrum sulph, you know, it is an antipsychotic remedy and it is a complementary to any patient, any drug which is suffering from asthma. You can give aconite followed by natrum sulph, allium cepa followed by natrum sulph. Book says allium cepa followed by phosphorus, aconite followed by sulfur. Fine. But you have to give this natrum sulph for many patients, those who get bronchial asthma during rainy weather. It should be, usually arsenic has to be followed by natrum sulph. Has to be. See, book says arsenic followed by thuja. Nowadays, we require mostly natrum sulph more than thuja because the patient's resistance is very poor. They're suffering with chronic bronchial asthma. The sputum will be lodged in the bronchioles or in the alveoli of the lungs. Sputum becomes infected and thick green, thick green sputum, very difficult to expectorate, pain in the chest while coughing. Even without all the symptoms, arsenic has to be followed by natrum sulph when you don't find any complementary. Because that only can, any psychotic drug, it may be thuja, it may be vacilnum, it may be tuberculum, it may be any other remedy, Menthol. So you have to think of the symptoms. So now I'm going to give the Materia Medica pertaining to the asthma. That's all. So now next remedy will be the group of Calibicromicum hydrastis focus cacti. So these are the group of drugs very often indicated in bronchial asthma where cough with sticky sputum. See, kid cannot express that he has got sticky sputum. Old people also, they will not be able to express. And some of the patients, those with limited IQ also, they cannot express because initially the sputum is white, watery, or the sputum is unable to expectorate. When you ask what is your nature of sputum, he says watery or white. You ask him whether it is sticky, he says no. Because when he is watery, he has seen. When he is white, he has seen. Now, this sputum is sticky, is unable to expectorate. How can you tell him? So how to find out that? You look into the nose. Throw the torchlight into the nose, there will be crusts. If there are crusts in the nose, means he has got sticky sputum in the lungs. 100% guarantee, confirmed. So frequently putting finger into the nose and pulling the crusts out and bleeding, no drug except RM-triptyl. But that extreme thing you may not find in every patient. Frequently indicated remedy will be the Calibicromicum. Cough with thick, sticky green or sticky greenish yellow, thick yellow sputum with a difficulty expectorate, offensive discharge from nose, ozina, clinkers, crusts. So patient is fatty, usually gets coughs and colds followed by sticky sputum. And when he's cough and cold, either he's taking these smelling bottles or some sort of amrutanjan, some sort of citrazine or anti-allergics. So when you take all these things, the cold from upper respiratory tract will disappear. It will get lodged in the lungs. Because it doesn't have resistance, he will suffer with chronic bronchial asthma with sticky, stringy sputum. The sticky sputum has become more and more prominent nowadays. When 50 years back, the group of antimtot, ammonium carb, Bipicac, Senega, Carbovir are more indicated. Now the indications for these drugs is very little because of these anti-allergic drugs, anti-asthmatic drugs, and many drugs which we take and which will cause the reduction of the upper respiratory symptoms and the sputum becomes sticky. So then Cali bichromicum is the remedy, or hydrastis, where the sputum is thick, sticky, yellowish in nature, and there are also clinkers you find. So that is also early morning aggravation. So that is also equally good as you find in with Cali bichromicum. Then coccus cacti is a much neglected remedy. Usually patients say, sir, I get a lot of sticky sputum. Then you ask him when. He says, while brushing. While brushing, the sputum is sticky. It may be green, it may be yellow, but whenever he puts paste on the toothbrush and starts brushing, then the sputum he throws out, coughs and throws out a sticky sputum. That is coccus cacti. Worse in the morning while brushing. When he gets up in the morning, it's worse. Your Cali bichromicum and hydrastis will not help. So, coccus cacti, these are the three drugs. There are three important drugs when the sputum is sticky. I told you there are other drugs, or even bacillum. Bacillum is a master remedy. You cannot treat a case of bronchial asthma without bacillinum, without tuberculinum, without sorinum. A patient of bronchial asthma requires a dose of either one of these drugs, three drugs, or three drugs in lifetime. Otherwise, cure will not be permanent. So a patient who is very sensitive to cold, he requires sorinum, and you are giving one remedy, is getting relief, and again you are giving some other remedy, is getting relief, is not getting cured. Bacillum is the remedy. Bacillum 1M. Sometimes they require monthly one dose for 12 months, or yearly one dose for few years, or weekly one dose for few weeks. So without bacillum, you cannot cure. What are the symptoms of bacillum? Any symptom which we discuss and we do not discuss, or any remedy can be followed by bacillum. Bacillinum is a remedy. If you cannot understand, and if you want to select only one dose of one remedy, and you do not know which remedy to be given, Bacillum 1M is best one dose to get rid of. Such is the beautiful affinity for Bacillinum on lower respiratory tracts. On upper respiratory tracts, the tuberculin. Lower respiratory tracts, Bacillinum. And the patient is very sensitive, he covers till head, and he wants to sleep on back, sorinum. So these are the three remedies which have to be given in every case of bronchial asthma at one or other time during the treatment. So that please you remember that. Then there is one more group. There is one more group of drugs which are called Calisulf, Calimore, and Mecdalsis. Please listen. This is a very new thing to most of the doctors. So Calisulf, Calimore, and Mecdalsis. These are the three remedies usually neglected, and these three patients they skip off. I am very sorry to say the most of these group of corporate hospitals, the patients they come to me. Now they can treat their cases. I am disclosing the secret. So the symptoms in these three drugs is the blocking of ears. Middle ear infection. Middle ear infection means book says silica, silicea, or Mexal. Mexal and silica have got their own specific symptoms. In silica, you find right-sided headache, blocking of right nose, patient is weak, chilly, sensitive to cold, he cannot tolerate cold, he is so weak to talk, he is constipated. So there are certain symptoms are there. And also another Mexal, tongue is moist, thirsty, foul breath from the mouth. So that group is there. So we discuss about these remedies. But in Calisulf, I tell you, please remember, if anybody is sleeping, or if anybody is dozing, or anybody is inattentive, please listen and remember. This you have to remember because you are doing injustice if you don't remember this Calisulf. Calisulf is the remedy for the patient suffering with adenoids, and those adenoids have been removed, but still the suffering is same. After removal of adenoids, there is blocking of nose, there is pain in the throat, there is dyspnea, there is mouth breathing, there is snoring. No other remedy will help him because these immune levels are very poor. Removal of adenoids will not help him. Calisulf, Calisulf, and Calisulf is the remedy to be given, followed by Sorinum, Bacillum, Tuberculum, any remedy, or natrum. So see in blocking of nose, there are group of remedies. Ammonium car, Sambucus, Teucrium. We'll discuss all those remedies. So in Calisulf, not only that is for kids. After removal of adenoids, there will be blocking of nose, snoring of breath, throat pain, restlessness, cough, cold, everything remaining same. So that shows removal of adenoids is of no use in some kids. Many kids, they may get temporary relief. But a kid of Calisulf will not get even momentary relief after removal of adenoids. If at all, he gives some relief for 4 or 5 days, that is due to antibiotics, but not due to removal of adenoids. So Calisulf. And apart from that, Calisulf, Calimur, and Merck delicis has got a common symptom, the blockage of eustachian tubes. Blockage of eustachian tubes. These people, whenever they travel in a flight, their ears are blocked, they feel the head is going to burst. So most of the doctors, they give silica with little success, but these are the 3 drugs, one of the 3 drugs. Especially Merck delicis is a master of middle ear infections. You can forget silica, you can forget Merxol. If the patient is suffering only from middle ear infection, Merxol and silica cannot compete Merck delicis. Please you remember. And also Calimur. Calimur has got acute condition also. Throat pain, difficulty in swallowing. There will be white spot on the tonsil. See, we say Calimur is a biochemy. Calimur is a beautiful homeopathic remedy. It has got beautiful indications, excellent indications in acute tonsillitis, where you find spot, ears are blocked, very hard hearing, and there is a, so instead of sticky sputum, the ear discharge has become sticky. Ear discharge has become sticky, so ears are blocked. The eustachian tube is blocked due to sticky discharge in the eustachian tube. So hard hearing, severe pain in the ears, child cries during night. Even these drugs are good. If the crying is more, you can think of Camomilla or Sina. It's a different thing because kids cannot express. But there is a blocking of nose and blocking of ears in kids. So these 3 drugs also should be thought of. Then we can go to Drosera. I forgot to mention Drosera. Drosera is very often indicated remedy in bronchial asthma. Cough worse by laughing, talking, and any movement, just like Brahemia. Dry cough, incessant cough, coughs, and vomits. It need not be a case of whooping cough. It may be even bronchial asthma. So cough worse by cold weather. Cough is worse by lying down, especially on left side. Drosera cannot sleep on left side. If it turns to the left, it starts coughing. Cough worse by lying on back. No sooner head touches the pillow, he starts coughing. The remedy is Hyoscyamus. Hyoscyamus is a dry cough. Magic remedy. Hyoscyamus is a magic remedy. So throughout night, I have to sit down. Because I cannot sleep on right or left side, my habit is only to sleep on back. If I sleep on back, finished. Dry cough, it will just make me sit up. That is Hyoscyamus. So every drug has got a value. Just by listening to the cough, you can give a remedy. Other day, one patient had come. He was sitting and coughing, and I thought he will faint. The remedy I have given, conium, because he was showing like this. This like he was holding like this, and he was coughing. What is the indication to hold like this? Irritation, itching at the bifurcation of the trachea, followed by dry cough. I have given conium. Within 30 seconds, cough started coming down, and cough was totally relieved within 2 minutes. And he had 3 sleepless nights, day and night. He was coughing, coughing, and he thought he would die. So such is the beauty. Just to observe, in all acute cases, an observation is required. Conium is a drug for malignancy of the lungs. In that, the cough is generated from very deep, either at trachea or bifurcation of the bronchi, or from the alveoli of the lung, very deep cough, very deep cough. So conium is a beautiful remedy for malignancy of the lungs and malignancy of any organ. So that is, has got beautiful value. Then comes a remedy like calicarb. Calicarb is highly irritable fellow, fatty fellow. He cannot tolerate any cold, lot of gas, flatulence, and belching. Fan he cannot tolerate. Early morning gets up around 3 o'clock and sits with coughing, cough followed by white thick sputum. So winter, it's a winter remedy. It's not a rainy season remedy. Dry cold, cough worse by dry cold. Calicarb, Nux-vomica, Heparsulf, Aconite. So these are causticum. So these are all the patients better in damp cold weather. Nux-vomica is better in damp cold weather. Heparsulf is better in damp cold weather. Nux-vomica, Heparsulf, causticum is better in damp cold weather. So these weathers, you see, winter better, winter worse, rainy season better. These are the drugs. Weather conditions, humidity, atmosphere having humidity, whether you are seeing at seashore. So cough worse at seashore. And as long as in Calcutta, Chennai, Mumbai, Kerala, Goa, cough is worse. Once it comes to central India, like Hyderabad, Delhi, Nagpur, is all right. Worse at seashore or at humid weather. So here you must think whether it is humidity or sea weather. So worse at seashore, better in central India, that means salty weather. The remedy may be Natremure. The remedy may be Medur. So Calicarb is one of the frequently indicated remedies provided early morning coughers. And Heparsulf. Heparsulf is very common. Just like I prescribe arsenicum throughout year, I prescribe for most of the ailments in the winter. So once a senior practitioner has come to me, sir, I want to see your practice. He's also practicing since 30-40 years. Then he sat down. It was the month of January. For out of some 15 patients who were suffering from asthma, I have given Heparsulf for 12 patients. So what is this? You are giving Heparsulf for everybody? Yes, dry cough. He says only in the winter. He doesn't want fan. He wants to cover his head. But I have not given in my 40 years of service, sir, this Heparsulf. I do not know like that. So that means sometimes we have got, we don't have proper idea about the drugs. It's not the mistake of him, but his understanding was not that good about Heparsulf. So Heparsulf is one of the frequent. Suppose if now dry cough comes and he doesn't want fan, now if you give Heparsulf, it doesn't work because it is damp cold weather. So you have to select a remedy like Natremsulf, Dulcamera, rhododendron, or silica, Merxol. Merxol is a beautiful remedy. Silica is a beautiful remedy for complaints from damp cold weather. So that's why we should know the weather conditions. So now you give Bryannia, it doesn't work. Week back, it was Bryannia. Now again the condition, the Bryannia is replaced by Heparsulf in winter. Heparsulf is replaced by Bryannia in summer. And these two drugs are replaced in rainy weather by a remedy like Arsenicum album or Ipecac or Merxol. So Merxol, what are the Merxols? So Merxol is a very frequently indicated drug in bronchial asthma. So what are the indications? We will try to discuss. Okay, we will take up now Merxol itself. Merxol has got, so this moist tongue, thirst, foul breath, and gingivitis. These are all things very important in Merxol, and is thirsty. If the patient of asthma doesn't get up in the night and drink water, Merxol may not be indicated. At least he has to get up and drink water twice. Cough with the thick green sputum, white sputum, yellow sputum, anything is fine. Cough worse at night. The most important thing is cough worse by lying on right side. He cannot sleep on right side. If he is forced to sleep on right side, within seconds he will be forced to get up and sit or turn to the left. Most of the doctors, after practicing for some time, they never read the Materia Medica. So they got some pet remedies. So my pet remedy is arsenic, natrum salt, and something like. So you keep 3 or 4 remedies and you start practicing. So that is why most of the asthma cases are not treated by the us, because as we become senior, more and more we are away from the academics. We don't read the books. So the Drosera and phosphorus, words by lying on left side. Phosphorus also indicated in rainy weather. Phosphorus indicated in any weather, but more in damp cold weather or during stormy weather, cyclones, storms. Before cyclone itself, we start suffering from. Just like sorinum also is a good remedy for stormy weather. But phosphorus, cough is worse by talking, laughing, or any movement of the larynx, as you find in Drosera, as you find in Mexal, as you find in Rayenia. And phosphorus works by lying on left side. Cough with salty sputum or white sputum. Patient craves for ice. See, some parents, they come and say, sir, the problem is my child is suffering from asthma. So we have stopped putting anything in the fridge. We don't put even cold water in summer. But my kid is so intelligent, so clever, he opens a deep, and there is some ice in the deep ice, the tray, not tray, deep ice box, where the ice is formed. So he scrapes the panel of the deep fridge and he eats the ice in summer, winter, and rainy season. He's an asthma patient. Oh, I see. Then you give arsenic, it will give relief. The drug is phosphorus. Craving for ice, craving for icy cold things, craving for ice cream. Sometimes patient comes and sits here. I say, I think when he coughs, it sounds like phosphorus. Then I ask one question: how do you like ice cream? Sir, I'm not eating. Whether you are eating or not, the criteria. Whether you like it or not. Sir, I die for ice cream, but I am not eating since 5 years. Since phosphorus is there. So when he says I am not eating, he doesn't like the ice cream. That is the problem. Our interpretation goes wrong. Our interpretation goes wrong because we do not apply our common sense and presence of mind. In most of the acute cases and also equally in chronic cases, you should have presence of mind and you have to apply common sense. Otherwise, case taking goes wrong. When case taking has gone wrong, your material medical goes wrong. Number one, we are very poor at case taking. Number two, we are very poor at the knowledge of materia medica. Then we are totally done. So let us be very careful at case taking. Then if the case taking is proper, even if you do not have knowledge of materia medica, you can catch hold of the repertory and rubric and you can elicit a remedy. So phosphorus is a beautiful remedy. Drosera, then spongia. Spongia is a life-saving drug in asthma. So you say every drug is life-saving. Yes, in asthma, many drugs are life-saving because when asthma is there, only that particular drug has to be given. Otherwise, it cannot be eradicated. There are some doctors, they have confessed, sir, we have not treated any case of asthma in our lifetime. Because they know materia medica. They know materia medica very well. But the case taking is wrong. In spongia, dry cough, wheezing cough, fine. No, so these are the things books write. One thing is, have you seen whether or not? See, spongia sits like this. And cough worse by lying on right side. Cough worse by eating sweets. Cough better by drinking warm water. Worse by drinking cold water. Cough worse by sweets means you give argentum nitricum. It's not cough. A patient of argentum nitricum is worse by sweets. Is aggravated by, see, he craves for sweets. By after taking that, he may get diarrhea, gas, pain of abdomen, whatever it is. So crave desire sweets because we know only argentum nitricum. But argentum nitricum, does it work for asthma? But you don't. So cough worse by eating sweets. Cough worse at midnight. Most of the spongia patients are given arsenicamol because midnight aggravation, anxiety, restlessness, all these symptoms are there in spongia. He cannot sleep on right side, and cough is dry, cough worse by sweets, better by warm drinks. So most of the symptoms are common between arsenic amalgam and spongia. So spongia you can't forget. Spongia, see, we forget the remedies, like I told you, ear blocking remedies, we forget. So at right time, right remedy should come to your mind. Then we take some group of remedies which have got more blocking of nose with asthma. So ammonium carb, one we have discussed. Yeah. See, now I'm going to tell one remedy. Yes, I'm going to tell you one secret. This secret is not there even in the book clearly. And have treated thousands of patients with that remedy. Thousands of patients. And most of the practitioners, they do not give that remedy. I know very well. What is that remedy? First, I tell you the symptom. Dust. Allergic to dust. You give arsenic. It works, but it will not work everybody. The affinity for dust, especially coal dust. Most of my patients of asthma, because I belong to Mancherial, coal belt, my patients of asthma are from Mandamarri, Bellampelli, Mancherial, Kottagudem, Godavari Khani, thousands and thousands of patients. Because I have practiced at Mancherial on every Sunday, every second Saturday for several years. All asthmatic patients were treated by that one remedy only. So, dyspnea, cough, cold, you take any symptom, other remedies don't work. Even many doctors practice. In Mancherial, there are now 50 or 60 doctors, or 100 doctors, or 200, I do not know. If any doctor practicing at Mancherial is listening, please tell all your friends, this is the remedy for asthma to start with. For cold dust or dust, the remedy is Natrum ors. Natrum ors is the remedy for the dust. And book says pothos. Pothos will work only for few people. Arsenic works, but it doesn't relieve. It doesn't cure. Natrum ors. Natrum ors is the remedy for the cold dust and dust. It is called miner's remedy. Miner. People working in mines. It may be gold mine, it may be coal mine, it may be any mine. Because a lot of dust is generated and that cannot be cleaned. That cannot be sucked out easily. The dust will be rolling in the mines. So you can think of cough with thick sputum, cough with watery sputum, cough without sputum, sneezing, blocking of nose, headache, no problem. No symptom is required. The people living at cold belt, the people, those are living with a lot of dust, when arsenic fails, the remedy will be Natrum ors or Natrum ors followed by arsenic, whatever it is. But Natrum ors should not be forgotten, because most of the patients, they suffer from dust and cold dust in a condition, in weather conditions like India. In India, dust is very common. Please remember that. Then I will come back to this blocking of nose. Then one more important remedy, one more secret I tell you. I told you miner's asthma. Now I tell you miller's asthma. What is miller's asthma? Mills, rice mill, brown rice mill, grain mill, you go to grain mill. Or the ladies at home, grain is there, rice is there, they go on coming in contact with the rice bran, grain bran, or the atta. Then they inhale, they start sneezing, they start coughing, they get blocking of nose, they get cough, cold, wheezing. You give arsenic, it won't work, or it helps temporarily. You give any remedy, it won't help, it won't cure. Only one remedy can cure. What is that remedy? Sambucus. Sambucus. Sambucus is the remedy for miller's asthma, brown allergy, grain allergy, wheat allergy. All these allergies. You give arsenic, it helps, no doubt. But unless you give Sambucus, blocking cannot be relieved forever. Sambucus, nostrils cold, nostrils open. opens the same forever. So Miller's asthma, Miner's asthma, and dust. So these are all the things. In asthma, see, we have to cure. I told you, I am treating, or in my practice, homeopathy is treating. I am not treating. Homeopathy is treating 80 to 90%, or minimum 80% of the cases of asthma forever. When I treat an asthma patient, they don't come again. They come with their kids. Again, the kids come with their kids. Kids come with their kids. They never suffer from asthma. Because it is their genome, the kids will suffer. And these are the secrets of homeopathy. Then one more remedy, which is frequently practiced with thick, sticky sputum, just like Calibrae, Hydrastis, and Focus cacti. And there is severe blocking of the nostrils, polyps. Polyps nose, upper respiratory symptoms, polyps, and the polyps are even, they are dropping out. You can see white polyps occupying the nostrils. He will be breathing with the mouth, and his sputum is thick, sticky, green, yellow, white, and he's breathing very hard. So especially the kids, mouth opening, sleeping, and the remedy will be 2 Kriyam Maram Veeram. There will be crusts in the nose. So 2 Kriyam is the remedy where you find these polyps with the thick green or yellow sputum. Calibrae will temporarily help, because Calibrae doesn't have much affinity for polyps. Book says yes, polyps, but 2 Kriyam has got more affinity for polyps when compared to Calibrae. So thick, sticky sputum with crust nose and polyps, 2 Kriyam is the remedy, and Sina is also helpful. So rubbing of the nose very often, and so then milk salt also works by rising answer. Then again one more. See, again a magic remedy in homeopathy for asthma, pulsatilla. We prescribe pulsatilla. See, complaints from fatty food. Whenever he takes biryani, he gets cough, cold, and asthma. Heavy meal, heavy food. So whenever there is more oil, then asthma, guaranteed pulsatilla. You think of Naxwamika, you think of natrum sulf. If it is fat, groundnut oil, groundnut, or cashew, or pastry, or ice cream, where there is more fat. See, ice cream means sometimes it may be fat, or morely pastries. Pastries and cashew, mompalli, that is your groundnut, you eat fried palli, fried cashew, then you start coughing followed by dyspnea. Then you give arsenic, it won't help. You give any remedy, it will not help you. But only 2 drugs are there. One is Carbovage, the other one is Pulsatilla. Carbovage with a lot of belching gas, and both want cold air, both want open air. When Pulsatilla lies down with his respiratory symptoms, book says one beautiful thing. He feels he's smothered. Smothered means when you put a pillow on the face when he's lying on his back and you press to kill him, gets suffocated. Such is the feeling of Pulsatilla when he lies down, especially on left side. Dry cough, tongue is thickly coated white, no thirst. That is the beauty of the Materia Medica. That is the beauty of treatment of asthma with homeopathic drugs. So in acute problem, or bronchial asthma should be chronic disease, but always he comes to your clinic with acute exacerbation of the chronic disease. So psychotic drugs, constitutional drugs, complementary drugs have to be remembered. So in this group only all the drugs will go. Sometimes sulfur may come, sometimes thuja may come. So medorinum always wants to sleep on abdomen, cough worse at seashore, a cough better at sea in medorinum. Natrum sulf, cough worse at natrium worse at sea. Medorinum better at sea, always sleeps on abdomen. So medorinum has a lot of anxiety. The anxiety and anticipation of medorinum is similar to arsenicum album. So sometimes arsenic is complemented by medorinum. If the patient wants to lie on back, arsenic has to be complemented by sorinum. If he wants to sleep on abdomen, it has to be complemented either by ammonium carb, or ammonium carb is a short-acting remedy than medorinum. So you must know the Materia Medica thoroughly, complementary relations thoroughly, A mathematic diagnosis of the remedy is thoroughly more than everything case taking properly. If the case taking has gone wrong, everything goes wrong. Your miasm, your drug, your constitution, your symptom, everything goes wrong. Your repertoire also goes wrong. We have got so many repertories. I've got one repertory, some 60, 70,000 worth of repertory in my system. I never used that because you have to take case properly, then only you can feed it. You take wrong case and you feed wrongly. Then what is use? I have repertoried, I have got such a big repertory, such a this repertory, that repertory of several thousand pages. What is its utility value? If you do not take case properly, nothing goes right. So computer-based clinic. Yes, good. Computer-based clinic means is computer is going to select the remedy or you are going to select the remedy. So let us not be carried away by these repertories, computers. Let us be more. I mean, let us have more humility. Let us be more sattvic in our behavior. Sattvic means trying to understand things as they are. Rajasic means pose, just a sort of arrogance. I know everything attitude is Rajasic. Then Tamasic. There is something and you talk something else which is never there. According to our temperament, we select the remedies. If you are sattvic, you select always right remedy because you understand rightly the materia medica as well as case taking. If you are rajasic, you partly distorted case taking, partly distorted understanding of materia medica, partly you are right, partly you are wrong in selection of the remedy. If you are tamasic, everything is wrong, only pose remains. So let us have humility, let us respect the nature, let us have love and regard for the animal and system. Let us always remember the system. So because it has given us lot of treasury, it is only for you to understand and implement. So somebody asked, if you want to take birth next life, what you want to do? I would like to become better homeopath. I don't want to become any specialist except homeopathic doctor. If I get a birth, I should become a homeopathic doctor because there's a lot of potential. You can be dermatologist, you can be heart specialist, you can be specialist of every organ. More above that, you are a man with heart, unified approach, integrated approach, totality of symptoms, constitutional approach. You can't get anywhere. You are treating from the heart. Integrated approach means heart. Approach taking single symptom means mind. Mind dissects, heart unites. So let us get united with the heart. With this, I thank all the homeopathic doctors and student friends, those who have been listening me since 1 hour 25 minutes. So I thank you, all of you. Then any questions?
Sir, I think you have covered entire materia medica. All kingdoms are being covered: animal kingdom, mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, even the nosodes very nicely explained. So you have covered the constitution also, the hydrogenoid constitution of natrum sulph, very well explained. As Paracelsus has given us a very nice insight about the constitutions in homeopathy. And being an homeopath, knowing the constitution is very important because according to the aphorism 5, if the constitution of the person is known better, we can remove the exciting cause. Very good, very well explained, sir. It was indeed a feast for everyone who have attended. I hope everyone would say the same thing. As I have enjoyed, everyone would have enjoyed the session. The session is open for... Yes, sir? Yeah, the session is open for questions. Doctors, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and speak. Because I have no questions in the chat box. Yeah, 1 second.
Somebody is asking citrus fruits.
1 second. Yeah. 1 second. There is a question saying that are respiratory problems aggravated by taking citrus fruits?
The remedy will be Arsenic alb and antim crude. Antim crude is a beautiful remedy for asthma. Antim crude patient, he eats and suffers. He cannot control his tongue. So he's fatty, he's indisciplined, his works by going into hot sun. Antim crude has got specific symptoms of asthma. Anybody can tell me? Cough ends in successive paroxysms. If now cough is there for 1 minute, so he coughs for a minute. Then next spell of cough, next episode of cough will be there for 45 seconds. The next will be for 30 seconds. So like that, cough ends in successive paroxysms. Antim crude has got cough. Tongue is thickly coated white. So any remedy which has got digestive problem will have respiratory problem. Any patient has got, so the lungs and the stomach are twins. So patient suffering with indigestion will suffer from cough and cold and asthma. Asthma patient will have indigestion. So all the remedies which are there for respiratory tract disease will work on digestive system and vice versa.
So there is another question. Nasal polyps, what follows best TMV? A nasal polyp is an psychotic miasm. The girl is asking nasal polyps, what follows best TMV?
DNB, what is DNB?
TMV.
Oh, Teucrium.
Teucrium.
Yeah, Teucrium can be followed by any remedy. See, you should have little indications. Tuja is a good remedy for polyps. So Teucrium can be followed by Tuja. Teucrium can be followed by Sorinum. Sorinum is a very good remedy for polyps. So Sorinum can be followed by Mexal. Sorinum can be followed by sulfur. Chilly patient, hot patient. Suppose, see, to elicit sulfur, I am giving you one clue for sulfur. Just one question. Just one question. You can say it's sulfur. Just one question. You ask one question. That question is whether can you have your meal without taking water? If you serve the sumptuous meal to the sulfur, if you don't keep water bottle, he will not start eating. He will be looking sights. Then ask him to eat. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So what do you want? Sir, I want water, sir. So he cannot gulp his meal. He cannot gulp his morsel of food without having water on hand. For every morsel, every half a minute, every few mouthfuls, he wants to take water. Sir, where is that in Materia Medica? You are concocting all stories, you may say. But have you read Kent's Materia Medica? In which what paragraph talks about the stomach? Kent says, sulfur eats less, drinks more, very often. Seldom or rarely he can have his meal without water. He eats less and drinks much. What does it mean? He has to take water, water and water. So when I get an idea, whether he is sulfur, I'll ask him, can you have your food without water? No, sir. The food will be in throat. So it will not descend into my lungs. Stomach. If it descends into the lungs, he has gone. So he cannot go into the stomach. So that is sulfur. So for every remedy, there are certain features. Just by looking at a patient, I get an idea, he may be phosphorus. So how about your desire for ice cold things? That's it. Says, yes, I want. I'm not taking, he says, no, whether you like or not. So if I feel is antim crude, how about your desire for sour food and wine and pickles? He says, I crave for it, I love it. How about non-veg? If he's not non-veg, sir, I cannot have my food with non-vegetarian. Craves for non-veg. Crave for chicken, mutton, fish, egg, wine, women, everything. He loves to have luxurious life. He wants to enjoy. And old age suffers. And during old age, this anti-crude, because he cannot have sex, he cannot digest the food, he cannot take alcohol because of the hypertension, diabetes, heart attack, he wants to commit suicide and die. Many old people of anti-crude type, they commit suicide by drowning in water because they cannot enjoy their life. Sex gone, digestion gone, he can't eat because of BP, he can't get sleep because old age, all diseases. Then what for his life? He wants to enjoy his life. Enjoyment means eating, sleeping, mating. None of these three things are going well. Let me commit suicide and die. That is way of life. Next, any doubts, please?
The difference between lemna minor and turicum. They are asking
Let
the
them-
differentiation.
Let them read the books, I say. When they know the two drugs are there, let them read. They cannot test me.
And one doctor says, in Telangana, most people say eating brinjal aggravates cough. What is the remedy?
Anything you eat and you develop rash or urticaria means urticarians and arsenicum album, only two drugs. Arsenical and urticarians.
Yes. Violent sneezings immediately after waking up from bed. What medicine
Sorry?
can be given, sir?
Huh?
Violent sneezings.
Violent sneezing.
Yes. Immediately after waking up from bed, what are the remedies can be given?
Remedy. Usually such a violent sneezing after sleep or after getting from bed. Arsenicum album, Cybadilla, Allium cipa. These acute remedies will help. Or Sorinum, Tuberculinum to get rid of forever. Allium cipa is a beautiful remedy. Or Cyode also good remedy because in some eosinophilic patients they go on sneezing after getting. So just try to elicit. If it is cold air. If it is a cold air, remedy like Aconite, Heparsol. If it is in rainy season, with blocking of nose, a remedy like ammonium car. Just like that, you can't say this is the remedy for this. Other factors have to be taken into consideration.
Yes. Doctors, the
Only
session
that
is
three
open
I
to
said,
you.
that coal
Yeah.
dust I said, Natramars, like that, only few drugs will be there. And I said brown dust, Miller, then remedy like Sambucus. These are very important things, but unfortunately we do not focus on that.
Yes. Doctors, the session is open to you. You can unmute yourself and please put your question to sir directly. We welcome all the questions. Yeah. Yeah. I think it is wonderfully explained, sir. As I have said, you have covered many points where I have seen 90 plus have joined the session and 18 have been on the YouTube live stream. Today's session was really a wonderful session, sir. You have shared your very valuable experiences. We look forward for some more sessions from you. And I think Praveena is having a question. Praveena? Yes, Praveena, any question? No, she has muted herself. So with this,
I
Yes, sir.
thank everybody. Thank you very much for listening to me and
Sir, I have a
having
doubt.
attention. Thank you.
Yeah. Sir, they're asking the question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me.
Apurva.
Sir, when we use Heparsol a bit too many times during the cases of polyps and ending polyps, will there be a consequence when we use too many times of Heparsol and the septum may get disoriented and get saddle nose?
What's the question? It's not very clear to me.
At the finishing of nasal polyps, sir, when we use Heparsol, in a case that I saw, the septum became a saddle nose after using Hepar way too many times.
Apurva, your
used
question is
Hepar
not
for what?
clear. Sir, 1 second. Apurva, your question is not clear, beta. Please frame your question properly and ask.
So she says she has used Hepar. So yeah, you can type it. What factors we should know? Case taking for asthma. It is a 3 hours case taking, you know. It's not that easy. Case taking is more important. So you should always put questions without giving any sort of yes or no. Raju, my son, close. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. Always a case taking is a thing where we should never interrupt the patient. The train of thought is blocked for the patient. And whatever he says.
Moreover,
Yes,
you should
sir.
never ask any direct question.
Direct
Say yes or no.
questions.
1
Yes.
second.
Yes.
Oh, it's gone. Question gone. She has framed
Yes.
question and it is gone.
Yeah. When the case taking is very well done, it is an half cured case, it is said. And the patient's language should be converted very nicely into the rubric knowledge, and definitely you will have an hit in the practice.
Now this particular person, mother tincture use. Sir, please throw some light on mother tincture. No. This is not the mother tinctures. Again, it takes a couple of hours. So this doctor who is asking for Hepar sulfite polyp can ask me question on my mobile. My mobile number is 9396221340. Again, I'll tell you.
Nice, sir. She has put a question here.
9396.
Sir, the question is here. Sir, I'll just read out the question for the doctor who has asked. For nasal polyps, hello sir. For nasal polyps, shortening in length, but nasal blocks continue and backward secretions, that is, I think she means posterior secretions, continue. What is the best medicine?
Tucrium aurum verum is the best medicine. And that has to be for, see, Tucrium polyp is a psychotic feature. No psychotic case can be treated by one drug. The Tucrium may be followed by Thuja, may be followed by Shorinum. So it is the patient who tells you the materia medica. You have to prescribe. So Tucrium has got affinity. Sambucus has got affinity. Meserium has got affinity. Ammonium, all drugs which have got blocking of nose have got affinity for the polyps. But the frequently indicated drugs having the clinical aspect of polyps. Phone number 9396221340. 9396221340. You can ask your on mobile also. You can just in WhatsApp you can question so that I can answer, or you can talk to me directly. So
yes,
in any case, see, there is no shortcut method. You know materia medica thoroughly. Open your ears without any prejudice. Listen to the patient carefully. Patient talks to you materia medica without his knowledge, without her knowledge. Only you have to convert the language of the patient into the language of materia medica. But what happens when patient tells you something, you will be going either into the past or into the future. You listen half of the case has gone. So you will fill the gap with your imagination. Then things go wrong. That is the problem.
So Devasika Mani has a question.
Yeah.
Dr. Devasika Mani.
Yes. Good evening, sir. A very nice lecture, sir, to be heard.
Good evening.
Sir,
Okay.
about the natrum iode or ars iode, how much part of arsenicum, how much parts of iodum will be there? Generally, there are mixture of these things.
See, my dear friend, how many parts is there where you are bothered? Are the symptoms whether it is indicated you are bothered? How can I know? That is pharmacology. You can ask the you can open the pharmacology book and see.
Okay. And about the symptomatology of the patients, all the symptoms and pathology when it comes, patient comes like proving of the medicine itself. Is it a right thing, sir, to think like that?
See, even if you give any remedy for 1 month, see, I have given higher potencies, 10 m, 50 m continuous for 1 month. Nothing
sir,
has
sir.
happened.
Okay.
These are all things in the book. I am not going to contradict. I have taken many drugs, 10 m, 10 days, daily 3 times. Nothing has happened. The proving, if you take some high dose, you will prove 1 month, nothing will happen. 1 dose, 2 doses, 100 doses, it makes no difference.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
See, we are more carried away by the academics. We don't have our practice. That is the problem. You have to try. I say, try and see.
Yes. Doctors, with this session of today's evening, shall we close the session and say off with a saying that is goodbye to all?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank
Janardhan
you.
Reddy,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Thank you.
Very, very warmest greetings to you once again. And thanks a lot, Janardhan Reddy, sir, that you have been with us, explaining us fantastically how to use the medicines. Especially, I see here the practitioners and the students have joined us. And I thank one and all for joining me in this session of learning. Okay, please unmute yourself and say bye-bye to sir. A very, very good evening to all.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye to all. Hope all
Bye-bye
have
to-
enjoyed.
Bye.
Jai
All, sir.
Bharat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jai
Jai
Hind.
Bharat.
Namaskar.
Very
Namaskar.
useful lecture, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.